fix up that, boy.
Huh?
I'm the one talking, okay? I have to tell myself. I have to call a spot with the ref before we lock up. Oh, boy. I just told Stan Lane. Me, you, Stan Lane, and my bar kid, we got to make a trip. Okay? And I got to do all the talking, okay? Oh, man.
How's that different than any other trip?
Oh, oh, but I'm telling you, boy, there's a reason why you start with me, okay? Because I ain't locking up with the other two. But anyway, that's a whole nother episode.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was not good when he asked the ref to do it. But anyway, we got along. Anyway.
Oh, I told him.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. It ain't like I can get fired if I don't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, please.
I told him it was a good idea, George. But I was like,
it was a very good idea.
And that's what he was trying to dispute me. He's like, no, it was a good idea. I'm like, I don't know it was a good idea. But it wasn't George's idea, so he wasn't doing it. So.
That's right. Now, see, next time I work him, I'm gonna come up with that, and then it's gonna be like the greatest spot in the world.
Yeah.
So
it didn't serve you in any purpose.
That's exactly right.
So
I can't take credit for coming up with it or anything. So forget it. But anyway,
all right.
We're not gonna say yes. A big show.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Dad Who Don't Work, You Wrestle. Yes. You hear the claps. You know what time it is. George, how was the weekend?
Bullet, unbelievable. If you noticed, I hope you don't notice because you may want it back. But, Bullet, this is my official, you see it? The green Revolt headband.
Yes.
A bandana, buddy. And what an experience that was, Bullet. Sure. There, you hear rock and roll stars talk about filling in, there's talk about Guns N' Roses lead singers filling in for AC/DC to finish out this tour, and you never really experienced that moment of being included. I feel like on the playground, y'all picked me, okay? It may be because I was the only one available, or I may be the only one with the kickball. But it was a very neat experience to be part of Revolt, Bullet.
Yeah.
Just automatic, and I'm very happy to admit that I did not unelevate the Four Horsemen to Paul Roma-ish level, but I may have just elevated Paul Roma just a little bit to just maybe.
And it wasn't really like Dave Grohl playing drums for Sum 41 either. And it wasn't like,
And not even the one, what was it, lasted about a week, the one lead singer for Van Halen that came in.
It was Gary Sharon coming into Van Halen.
Yeah, and he was gone like the next week.
Yeah.
So I was a little more.
Maybe more like Damn Yankees, if anything.
That's very true.
We'll let you be Ted Nugent.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, we'll love that.
Yeah.
Very good. Or the traveling Wilburys or whatever. Remember?
Or the Highwaymen with Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, Chris Christopherson.
Yes. So even I may have reached a tad bit of that level. So anyway, it was fun. Just a great night. But what an unbelievable weekend, of course, with Big Time Wrestling, of course, right there in Morganton. Just an amazing experience again with the cage. Seems like we're married to the cage for a while. Everybody loves it, but the ones that have to haul it.
Already get a divorce.
We're going to give the cage everything.
I'm just saying.
We don't even have to go to like prenup or anything. They have it.
If the lake across the street ends up having a steel cage in the bottom of it, don't look too far on who did it.
And but just impressed with, and a lot of people understand these buildings were built back in the day, and a lot of them are not steel cage friendly, Bullet.
Let's just say steel cage capable, as if like that was part of the regulations. We had to make it handicap proof or handicap able, and we also have to make it steel cage proof.
It would have been much easier to put the cage in there first and then just build the building around it.
Well, I tell you what, Morganton, the Collette Rec Center, they almost got stuck with a cage. I was highly unlikely whether or not we were going to get it out. And there was a point there, I was like, you know what? I think maybe we should just leave it here. Yeah. Just let them know that
we'll come back eventually.
Let them know that they now own this. Yeah. So
that reminds me of a true story. Me and Stallion ran Norfolk Navy Base one time. We actually did that. We did a cage match back in the day when Navy bases actually paid something before we got run out of there. Because some outlaw guy went in and said, same thing, said, I'll do the show for free. So they basically did. So that's why there's no money no more in the naval base. But anyway, our cage, as far as I know, is still in Norfolk, Virginia, leaned up against the wall. It was just easier to leave it. Probably not for 20 years, but still. Just a great weekend, Bullet. Just a lot of hard work on everybody. Excuse me, I know we finished up. Of course, half our crew went to Bristol Saturday night and got a lot of good reports. I wasn't able to go there, but Bobby Eaton was there, our good friend. Heard he looked good. I want to encourage everybody to get a chance to try the Alabama Jam. I'm going to get me a jar of that for my museum. Of course, I was in Big Time Wrestling. First time we had ever ran the elementary school there. So in Yadkinville, so just a beautiful build, real old school building. Had a great little house.
Yadkinville, Tommy Dreamer, Charlie Dreamer's favorite town.
I love that.
One time he was in Elkin, and he had finished up a George South triple shot in one day, and he proceeded to get on the microphone and say, "Screw you, Yadkinville," but unfortunately he was in Elkin, and nobody knew what he was talking about. So
I love that.
That's why I always, when I think of Yadkinville, I always think of Charlie Dreamer.
Great crowd, Bullet. A great cage match, of course. Beautiful. I don't even know. I thought it was start out as a tag, but it was an unbelievable 4-way something. With a lot of our guys in it, Cedric, of course, and Stanley and Caleb, and Caprice, and then the kid from West Virginia. It was something to watch. But anyway, so just a great night. But a lot of stuff going on. This is our pre-WrestleMania episode.
WrestleCon. We may not legally be able to say WrestleMania, but we can definitely legally say WrestleCon.
Yes, we can. For now, anyway.
We might have to bleep over the Mania, but WrestleCon we can legally say.
And of course, believe it or not, there is something else going on. Of course, Friday night, I want to invite everybody right to Gastonia. You'll see it on my website. We did it last year, Bullet. This wonderful little church. I know everybody's talking about WrestleMania, WrestleCon, all this kind of stuff, millions and millions of people. But I personally will be going to Gastonia, and they do a huge fish fry fundraiser. And we put the ring up outside, and we wrestle during the day while people come and buy big plates of fish, and the proceeds go to that church. So it reminds me of many years ago when WrestleMania came up. It was like Hogan and Andre and Bill Apter came to town, believe it or not, Charlotte, North Carolina, and interviewed me and Stallion, okay? Because WrestleMania weekend, everybody's going to WrestleMania. Me and Stallion was probably going to the Elkin Armory to finish our feud. So I said, personally, the headlines in the magazine said, I don't have time to worry about WrestleMania. I got to worry about the Italian Stallion. So anyway, I'll be at the fish fry in Gastonia. It's all free. Everybody's, of course, fish ain't. The show is. So come on down, help the crew out. But just a lot of stuff going on.
The fish is far more valuable than probably the wrestling.
Yeah, and preferably eat before you watch the wrestling, because you may throw the fish up after you watch the wrestling. But anyway, that's a whole other story. Y'all will be leaving first thing in the morning, right? Yep. For Texas, of course.
I was informed that we're actually stopping and getting some sleep on the way. I was a little disappointed by that fact.
I get ready to say, will you be able to function with rest?
I was under the impression we were driving straight there and going straight to work. I don't know if I can handle working under those conditions at this moment in time. But I'm sure there's probably an overpass I can sleep underneath of between here and Dallas. So
that will be my question. Will you be able to function rested? That will be. We'll have to wait.
I was functioning pretty high this weekend when I was completely unrested. I got to wrestle Buff Bagwell.
I heard good things about that.
And the one-liners that I was fishing out during the middle of my match, I should have recorded or wrote some of those jokes down. I think I got a new 5 minutes. I know Kevin Nash was cracking up on the outside, and that was more than worth it.
I did hear some good things about that from some guys. A good thing about that match with you and Buff, and which I thought was just Buff's a great work anyway. But he had just recently had surgery too, so you kind of had to work.
That's going to be safe.
That's exactly right.
You have to worry about that.
I told you, Bullet, you came along way too late. If you would have came maybe 40 years earlier, you'd have made a lot of money. Because I'm telling you, from Memphis to maybe even a little bit early Georgia Championship Wrestling, they would have loved you, Bullet. There ain't nothing wrong with that. So a lot of stuff going on, Bullet. Before we get out of here, WrestleCon weekend's coming up. Idiot of the Week, Bullet, and this is very special. And no, the very Ultimate War-ish. The stars lined up, the moon lined up, and it just happened to be. And everybody's already pre-guessing that probably the Idiot of the Week will probably be the young man that I was with Saturday that was given a dark match just so someone could take a look at him. And actually, before he walked through the curtain, he asked could he do a promo in the ring before his match, which that just, oh my gosh, boy. Anyway, you say that stuff, but don't say it with me like there. Okay, I mean, if you're gonna steal the car, don't do it in front of Dad. Okay, so anyway, so just go have your little match. This is when the people were coming in. Nothing's really set up yet. Brother won't do a promo. So, and I asked him, I said, bro, what are you gonna talk about? I'm just saying, what are you going to promo about?
We're going to talk about how awful this town is, how great you are, and how many women you get, how you're the best wrestler in the world today, how you don't belong in the dark match. Did I just cut your promo?
Yeah,
I think you
sure
did. Because it all sounds the same to me at this moment in time.
That's exactly right.
So, unless you got something original, come back later.
That's exactly right. And 12 other wrestlers said that exact same thing after I told this guy no. But he will not be the idiot of the week because he was just outbidded. Bullet. I know you saw this. It's all over the internet. It's so neat. It's very smartish, I think. And it happened in Texas, of all places. I don't know if you saw it, but the police in Texas came up with a thing, which I think is genius, of saying, because, everybody's afraid of this Ebola breakout and all this kind of stuff that's getting into everything. But anyway, so...
Are they?
Yes, they are.
I thought that was a couple years ago.
No, it's right now, boy. It's right now.
All right.
And it's bad. It's breaking out real bad.
You're not reading somebody's time hop post on Facebook again.
No, but listen to this.
This post that from a couple years ago?
Is this not genius? I think it all had to be wrestlers, but the Texas police actually posted out a huge press release saying anyone with heroin or meth, if you're worried about, it's true, Bullet, I know it's true, if you're worried about it being infected with Ebola, bring it in and we will actually test it for free. For free. Bullet, I want you to know, and it's documented, I want you to know, as of yesterday, I hadn't even checked the update today, as of yesterday, 6 people, true story, 6 people have already been arrested because they brought it in. I know, Bullet. It's ingenious. I'm sure 5 of them were outlaw guys out that way in Texas. But, true story, Bullet. And I just heard today, a good friend of mine from Louisiana actually sent me a message and said that that's worked so good in Texas that they're actually going to do it in Louisiana. That they've offered, if you want your dope, whatever we used to call it, check for Ebola, bring it in. We will check it for free. The free word is where they're hooking them. I'm just telling you right now.
They come in and check and they arrest them.
Yeah, exactly. So when they come in, 6 people.
I like how I said it works so well here. We think these people here are just dumb enough to do that. Yeah, well,
Bullet, who in their right mind would, but 6 people. They arrested. One of them was this very kind of attractive lady, but she may have been hooked on meth, but she was very attractive. Not too smart. But 6 people, and I'm sure the numbers have went up since then. But what a genius story. So with all them, not the police, I just want to throw the 6, possibly more, and the tough-looking blonde-headed woman that came in to get her meth checked for Ebola. So anyway, so there are 6 people arrested. They will all go in the idiot bag for ingenious. Okay, for not being genius, but just. Anyway, what was your thought?
Let's throw some meth heads in there too.
Oh yeah.
Just all of them in general.
Yeah.
Because I used to fight with them back in Iowa to pick up pop cans for 10 cents a piece. So that's all I got to be so tough is I had to fight meth heads when I was 14 years old. So.
Hey guys, saying that drugs make you smarter, that ain't like helping the situation. Okay. First thing I thought when I saw 6 arrested is I hope one of them ain't our Sean Van Halen. Our Mooresville kid. I'm sorry. I had to say that, Bullet.
I have to.
Oh,
he's gonna cuss you out now.
Yeah. Oh, he will. He's gonna hate me.
And then his sponsor is gonna ask for you to apologize to him.
Yeah.
And I go, well, really? He cussed me out last time, and he asked for an apology then. So tell him to stick with the 12 steps. Just stick with the 12 steps. Don't start him over again.
Yeah, I know
the only guy I know that does the 12 steps and then takes a step backwards.
He does.
Do a 12-step program, you take 2 steps backwards.
He does 12 steps just so he can do the 12 steps.
Yeah.
But anyway, but he's just on 8. Took brother 20 years to do 12 steps. He's just on 8. But anyway, a lot of stuff going on, Bullet. But listen to me, fans. What we will not arrest you for is if you purchase
the second greatest book of all time, which is available at highestbets.com, which is putting on WrestleCon this weekend, which is where I will be. So if you want to know more about what's going on there, the mecca of professional wrestling, make sure you follow me on Twitter at ManScoutManning and on Instagram at ManScoutManning. This has been another edition of Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle.
Good show, boy. Very good, buddy. Good show. We covered it all, buddy.
As always.
Man, I feel like I'm coming down off of some meth. After that, Bullet.